So if we can get this done, we'll go out and play. Maybe we can even have time with Mrs. Strong's kids. So you guys can play with your friends from the other class too. All right, so my sweets, you're on page 28. We're going to listen. The guy tell us, or the lady, if we're going to circle, cross off. You guys know all that, right? All right. My sweets, make sure your pencils are out. Here we go, my loves.
Look at the top picture on page 28. Mark an X on the picture of the thing Lily used to make the ground wet.
Mark an X on the thing Lily used to make the ground wet. Raise your hand and tell me, what are we putting an X on in the top picture that she used to make the ground wet? Bridget. The sprinkler. You got it. My loves, you're going to put an X on the sprinkler. That's what she used to make the ground wet. Cross off that sprinkler. Go ahead. All right. Chelsea, honey, and Jordan, you need to turn to the next page. Everybody else stay right here because we're going to do the page with the tent. Chelsea and Jordan, you have to turn to the next page. All right, here we go.
Now look at the top picture on page 29. Underline the sentence, "The wagwags went in a tent."
Oh my. All right. You're going to lose tickets. You need to look at the top picture on page 29. Nazir. It says, underline the whole sentence that says, the wagwags went in a tent. I want you to tell me which sentence says that. The top. I'm giving you time to sound out. Which one says the wagwags went in a tent? Prince. This very bottom one that she's saying, or which one? The wagwags went in a tent. You need to underline that whole sentence. Underline means you draw a line under it. Don't put your pencil through the words. Make sure you're underneath them. Good job. My sweets, everybody, thanks for the thumbs up, Chelsea. Everybody can turn to the next page. All right, you should see the bits of fluff and the
Now turn to page 30. Look at the bottom picture on page 30. Find the words Lily says, "Sip a glass of Planet Pop." Underline the word sip.
All right, we're looking at the bottom picture. I need you to scooch up to the table and keep your pencil up here. The bottom picture. It says we need to find the words that Lily is saying. My loves, use your pencil or your finger. Touch where Lily's talking. Touch where she's talking. Good. Chelsea's doing it. Prince is doing it. We need to underline the word sip. So let's read her sentence. Ready? Set, go. Sip. Sip. Did we find it? Okay, underline that first word. Sip. S-I-P. Sip. And then she says, a glass of Planet Pop. My loves, now you're going to look at where they go to the tip-top planet, where they're on top. Everybody else stay right here. Chelsea and Jordan, you have to turn because you guys have the copies. All right. You guys are on page 31, 3 and a 1. Here you go. Oh, I guess it's not going to play right now. All right. Let's see if it'll play now. Oh, it's thinking. Boys and girls say, come on, computer.
Now look at the top picture on page 31. Find the sentence that says, "The wagwags stand on stilts." Draw a line from the sentence to a picture of stilts.
Which sentence at the top says the wagwags stand on stilts? Tamia is already sounding these out. I love it. She listened to those directions and she started sounding them out. Which one says that the wagwags stand on stilts? Here, honey, right here. There you go. So you're looking at the top. Tamia, which sentence says that, babe? She says the top one. Let's read that very top sentence on that page. Jordan, Jair, read with me this very top sentence. 5K, take your finger, go whoop. Let's read the top one. Ready? Set, go. The wagwags and stand, Mason, on stilts. The wagwags stand on stilts. Say, you got it, Tamia. She was just right. Now it says to draw a line from that top sentence to someone on stilts. So who should we draw a line to? Jaden. All right, my loves, you're going to take your pencil, draw a line from that sentence at the top to Hot Rod on stilts. Draw a line from that top sentence to Hot Rod who's on the stilts. That top sentence to Hot Rod on the stilts. And then everybody turn to the next page. Oh, it's the planet Wump. Why is it called the planet Wump? Jordan. When they jump off the top of the bus, it makes the sound wump. You got it right here, sweetie. I know this book is tricky. All right, my loves, you are on your last 2 pages. Then we just have this page and we're done. Told you it was easy. All right, listen, my loves. Here we go.
Now turn to page 32. Look at the picture on page 32. Lily used a mattress for the planet Wump. Look at the sentences at the top of the page. Find the sentence that tells how the planet Wump feels when Lily lands on it. Underline the sentence that tells how the planet Wump feels when Lily lands on it.
Okay. Do you remember? You were not listening, sweetheart. You're playing with your pencil and with Zaya. You need to be following along and listening. Do you remember what we said the planet felt like yesterday? Do you remember? Before we read, how did it feel, Prince? When they jumped off and they landed down here on the mattresses, do you remember how they said it felt? Not warm. How does it feel? How did it feel, Nazir? Soft. It felt soft. So we need to read here at the top. And we need to find where it says that it felt soft. Now, this is going to be tricky for you if you are not reading and following along with me. You need to look at your book because when I underline something, you're going to go, Mrs. Barch, where? So make sure you're reading with me. Everybody, Thank you, Chelsea. Take your finger and go, whoop. We're going to read at the top. We're going to read until we find that it's soft. Read with me. Ready? Set. Go. Wump. Keep reading. Lily. And lands on, good reading, the planet wump. Keep reading. It is soft. It is soft. Do we find how it feels? So underline it. Good to Mia, where it says it is soft. You need to underline that. Good job following along and reading with me. It is soft. My loves, all we have to do now is write about the 5 planets they visited. Do you remember what the planet was called with the sprinkler? Thanks for turning to the next page, Chelsea. Jordan, honey, you're going to have to turn to the next page if you didn't already, babe. What was that planet with the sprinkler called? Do you remember what that one was called, London? Wet. So we need to write wet because it says the blank planet. What do you hear first in wet? Raise your hand. We got to spell it. What do you hear first? Prince. What letter says w? Our new letter this week. Not you. Close. Jaden. W. My loves, if it's the name of the planet, are we going to use uppercase or lowercase? Uppercase. It's its name of the planet. So you need to write uppercase W, slanted line, strawberry to chocolate. Uppercase W, because it's the name. Everybody starts at strawberry. What letter do you hear next in wet? W. What do you hear next? What letter says like etta betta. E. Yep, everybody write lowercase e. At. What do you hear last? Jordan. T. You got it, babe. Lowercase t. Strawberry to chocolate. Slide on vanilla. Do you remember what the planet was that had the tent? If you don't know, you can look back in your story. What was that planet that had the tent? Chelsea, do you remember? That one was the hot planet. Good girl. So we need to write hot. Chelsea, what letter do you hear first? H. Everybody writes uppercase H. Good girl. Because that is the name of the planet. Just like your name starts with an uppercase letter. What letter do you hear next? Ah. What letter do you hear next? What letter says ah? Zaya, what letter says ah? Oh, you got it, sweetheart. Lowercase o. H. O. Hot. What letter says t? Ryan. T. Yep, lowercase t. Look at you guys and your awesome spelling. I'm proud of you. Good job. All right. What planet had the fan? Whew. Remember, she had them sit there because they were not happy at the muddy, wet planet. They were not happy at the hot one. So then where did they go? Bridget. To the wind planet. Good girl. You guys really were following along yesterday. What letter starts wind, Bridget? Wind. Just like wet and watermelon. W. Yep. My loves, you're going to write uppercase W again. Make sure all of your lines are slanted. They're crooked. What letter do you hear next in wind? I. What letter says I? Mason, what letter says I? Bless you. Cute little Please stop blurting, honey. Your name's not Mason. Mason, what letter says I? What letter? I. Yep, cute little I. W. N. What letter says Jaden? N. You have one in your name. Lowercase n. Wind. What letter says D? Caleb. What letter says D? Not F. F says F. What letter says D? Prince. Jair, you can take out a ticket. What, honey? D. Jair, this is not a talk time. If you are done, then you need to sit and wait patiently and make sure that you wrote the right thing down. The wind planet. Now, which planet was it called where they went on top of the bus? Do you remember what that planet was called? Mason. The tip-top planet. Okay, let's read, because we need to only write one of those words. Let's read and figure out which word we need to write. Read with me where it says the. Everybody's touching the. Ready? Set, go. The tip top. We need to write the word top. Good. What letter did you hear first in top? Jaden. Uppercase T, because it's the name of the planet. Uppercase. What letter says Kylan? Oh, you got it, babe. Good job. Top. What letter says P? DeAndre. P. Good job, sweetie. You have yours all done, and you are just sitting with your hands folded, paying attention. I love it. DeAndre, you can go get 2 more tickets to put in your dish because you are done, but you're still paying attention, and I love that, sweetheart. Now, our last one. What planet did they go to where they hopped down onto the mattresses? What was that planet called? London. Planet Wump. Yeah, that silly planet. What letter starts wump? Mason, what letter starts wump? W. Everybody write uppercase W again because it's the name of the planet. Caleb, follow along. Thanks, Chelsea. You're doing great. What letter comes next in Chelsea? U. The letter U. Lowercase u. Tamia. W and U. What letter says Jaden? It is an M. My favorite letter. Starts my name, my baby's name, and my birthday month of May. And what letter goes last in P, Zaya. Good girl. Now, my sweets, we got done super early. I need you to quietly put your pencil boxes away, but leave your reading books out because we're done with them. So next week, we're going to start a new reading book. So leave them on your table. I'm going to pick them up. Mitchell, thanks for joining, sweetheart. We'll see you back in a little over an hour. You too, Karina, for our story. Bye, my loves.